Hey you guys, I am so excited to get to go on my third Temu shopping trip. This is just so cool. I'm glad to be a part of the experience here. They are letting me pick out some items to share with you guys. And so this particular haul, it's all about art journaling. And so I want to pull these items out and show you. And then I'm going to spend some time playing with them. And I'll do some more video when my light is better. Many of these are art items and journaling items. So I'm very excited to get to show you. So everything came in this package, all nice and tight. And it looks like everything traveled just fine and got here fairly quickly. And I'm excited to try these items out. All right, so let me just show you real quick. I had been seeing these, several different versions of these. They look like a pen, but it's got a sharp little blade on the end. And I'm anxious to try these out for being able to cut out things in paper and be able to do, you know, real tight, fussy cuts better. And these are Fineliners. I'm super excited to try these. I have several brands of Fineliner pens, and so I'll be able to test these and let you know how well they do. This is another set of ink pens, markers, or metallic shades. All right, and let's see, here's some more markers. This is not a marker per se, but like a doodler type pen. It's a line writer, but it comes in fancy lines. So each pen color will have that particular doodle on it. So I'm really, really anxious to try these out. And let's see, here's just a nifty little pair of scissors. Would be super helpful in a sewing kit because they fold down. And so very small. These came in 3 different sizes. And I'll go back and check to see which size this is. I think this was the smallest size. And then very excited to try a journal. I absolutely love journals. And so I've got a nice red journal here. Again, I'll be able to try this out tomorrow and when we've got some better light. And I'm anxious to see the pages and to see the quality of the paper in this. And then I will definitely let you know how that compares to some other journals that I might have. But as of right now, feels like a soft cover. And this is like a pin roll. A piece of faux leather that has this very cool map design on it. And you can put a handful of pins in here and then roll them up so that it will protect the tips of your pins and whatever you want to store in here. So this, let's see, this unrolls and it has this protective flap. And the inside is nice and soft with a suede material. And then the outside is faux leather material that has a really cool looking map and compass design on it. And that design is only on half of the material, but whenever you roll it up, it's only going to show on this side anyway. So that's probably why they did that. All right, so all these pins that I have just gotten, I will put these in and show you how well that fits and how many you can put in there. All right, and then this is what I'm very excited about. It's one of these little thermal printers. And I tell you, this one was so inexpensive, and it just looks cute. And then I picked up some extra paper to go with it. So this might be the sticker paper. But I'll go in and check that out. But this, I am just so excited. I'm going to test this a little bit and show you how it works and what I think about it. And they have lots of different versions of this, many different brands. This particular one came in blue or pink, and so this is the blue one. Isn't that just adorable? Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to try this out and see how well it prints. And then that way it'll be perfect for art journaling. All right, so let me try these items out, and then I'll do a formal presentation for you to show you how well they work. Okay, I give these scissors a thumbs up, and this was the smallest size, and they were $1.50, and they fold up so nice and compact. It was a little stiff at the beginning, but I did put a little bit of mineral oil on the hinge, and so that has helped it quite a bit. But they do great. Here it is. You can cut cardstock really nicely, and this is craft foam, and it just does great. So for $1.50, I think these are fantastic. Just be careful when you're folding them back up. They are really sharp, but they go together nicely. Again, they'll loosen up with use. And these retractable pen blades, they'll do great for cutting straight lines. So here again on some thicker cardstock, they'll do perfect for straight lines. But I was really hoping that they would do nicely for curved lines, and it's a little bit harder to do a curved line. It will work a little, but it's just not as easy. So look for ones where the blade will rotate as you do it, and that way I think you can get in and like do cut around stickers and things like that a lot easier. So it cuts nicely, but again, it really needs to be kind of a straight line cut, or just very gentle turns. It's not going to be great for cutting a circle per se. So, but they are 50 cents each. This is a thick craft foam. So okay, and then this beautiful red color journal. Again, they had many different colors. It's a padded cover, so it feels very, very nice. Magnetic closure works great. The stitching looks fantastic all the way around the front and the back. And so it's very well made. And then on the inside, this one has lined paper, and it's kind of neat. It does give you some things up at the top to where you can mark your day and date, and then it's lined paper, pretty wide lines. And this paper is fairly thin. It's a typical weight. It's an 80 grams per square meter weight, so a typical paper. Wish it was just a little bit thicker, but this is on par with like a moleskin paper. And so it's about that same color and thickness. And this one perhaps is just a little bit more rough paper. But other than that, it's made well. The stitching is nicely done. It will lay flat for you. It does have a ribbon bookmark. There's no pocket in the back, but other than that, it's a fairly typical notebook, 200 pages. So very, very nice. And it was $7.50. All right, and then so in the back here, I've tested out some of these pens. So let me show you those pages. And you get a little bit of ghosting, but no bleed through. So that's typical. All right, and then let me tell you about the markers. All right, so they call these the highlighters with curve shaped fine lines, and it was $2.80 for a set of these, all different colors. And I tell you, I wanted to love them, but they are really tricky to use. It's hard to do a straight line with them. The pink did pretty good there with the flower design, but you'll be able to see here the star, it's inconsistent. Sometimes you don't get the full star to print. And then the green did great. These dash lines with the yellow did great. There's the pink again. But then the purple has hearts. And it just did not do the full heart. Sometimes it'll fill in the heart, but they're kind of difficult to use to do in a straight line. And I think you do get different results based on the speed, so faster or slower. So I've tried to play around with that to see if I could get better results. But I'll show you the tip on them. It's a roller tip. And so as it rolls against the ink, then it will print on the paper. And so it's just inconsistent. But and they're kind of hard to take in a straight line because it wants to turn on you. But I think the slower you go, perhaps the better. But you'll notice there that this purple is probably the least consistent. But one like this green, it does a continuous wavy line. And it did nicely. Again, it's a little harder to keep it straight because it kind of wants to go its own direction. But check that out. That's really cool. So for the price, these are nice, but just know this is more of just a fun item. It'll be very difficult to get very precise drawing on it, but a lot of fun. And I think perhaps the paper makes a difference. You kind of want a very smooth, soft paper. Maybe having something soft under it will help. But really, really cool the way those are made. The feel of them is fantastic. They don't feel cheap or anything. So nice caps, nice body to the pen. They're well marked, so you know exactly which one does what. So the feel of them is great. I just wish the ink was a little bit darker and that it would be, you know, more full so that you could see those star patterns more full. Okay, these Fineliners were fantastic. It was $8.50 for the set, and that is a good price. And you'll notice that you get several in this package. So all the way from the skinniest 0.05 up to 0.8. And then you also get a brush pen, which is fantastic. So if you're good with the thick and thin lines there, putting pressure on the brush pen a little bit differently as you write, then you can get some very nice effects. And then the Fineliners just write beautifully, no complaints. Nice tips on them. Let me show you the brush tip. So very, very nice tip on that. And again, it's just very easy to use. Once you, you know, if you're really good with brush pens. So you can get thin lines and then much thicker lines. Very nice tip, very flexible, and it pops back into shape. And then again, these tips are also very nice and typical tip for one of these Fineliners. And again, they are labeled well with on your cap. The barrel feels nice. It holds the pen cap well, and they fit. They just feel good. Nice weight to them. So very, very nice pens. And so again, here you can see the different widths. All right, so no complaints on those. And then a good fine liner should also be waterproof. So here is a water pen. We'll just real quickly. Yeah, so no problems there. I have a little bit of yellow paint in there. It looks like leftover from watercolor, but no smearing whatsoever for the black. And so that's exactly what you want for a fine liner. So even this fresh mark here that you just saw me do, it's already waterproof. So very, very nice. So definitely a thumbs up for the fine line pens. All right, and then this set of 10 metallic pens. They're like a felt tip pen, and they were very juicy. They just put down a lot of color, and there is some sheen to each of those colors. So very, very nice colors. And you get a set of 10. So this black and white, and of course the white, you can't see that very well here. I'll test that on some blue paper. But yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So the tips of these look like a felt tip. And then again, they're just very, very juicy. Can get some very nice color laid down quickly. All right. All right, and these metallic markers were $5 for the set of 10. And then here's what they look like on some different paper. So again, very, very shiny. There's some sheen to them, and they just they look great on this white thicker paper. So I just wanted to show you that. And then of course here's the fine liner. And looks different on different types of paper. So it works great in the notebook here with a little bit of ghosting, but this of course is a thicker paper, much thicker paper, and so they look great on that white. All right, here is the white one on some darker paper. It's interesting, it takes it a while to show up, but once it dries, it does show on some dark paper. So that's kind of cool. And then just quickly, these colors, I'm sure these colors will look nice on darker paper as well. Just to give you some ideas of some of these colors. That blue was so pretty. And look, the white is nice and vibrant now. Beautiful purple too. It looks really good on the white paper. So, all right, I'll just do a few more of these here. Very nice. They're just so juicy. So again, more of a felt tip marker. All right, and then the Treasure Map roll pencil case. Again, you could use this for pens, pencils, or makeup brushes, whatever you'd like. It's got the three larger pockets on the inside, and that would work great for things that might be bigger than a typical width of a pencil. So that's nice. And then I'm sure you can get a lot of them in here. So let me fill this up. All right, so all these new markers fit in here nicely with my water brush, and then just some other markers that I own. Again, these Tombow markers are very tall, so we'll see if those fit, and then just some other random markers. Yeah, so just barely. It will work for these longest markers that you might have. And then you can fit a handful of others in there too without any problem. So again, it's got these 3 slots. You don't want to overfill it, but I'll go ahead and stick that in there too. So again, these 3 pockets, just don't overfill it. There's also room back here if you had like maybe a single sheet of drawing paper, or you know, a handful of sheets of paper that you could wrap up with it as well. And we'll start on this end and just roll that up. Yeah, excellent. And so that makes a nice, neat carrying case. And I've got that one really full, but it has plenty of length to roll up and plenty of length on your tie here to go all the way around and hold it nicely. All right. And this roll treasure map pencil case faux leather roll was $2.40 minus a penny. All right, you guys, this will bring me down to the final item, which was, again, this very inexpensive thermal printer. The paper refill was $3.50, I believe, and then the printer itself, shop around because there are many different prices, and sometimes the prices will change when they have a big sale, and they do lots of sales. So I believe this one was around $15 to $18, so a really great price. And I spent a lot of time playing with this. I'm going to show you a full review and a separate video of the app, but let me just real quickly show you these printouts I got just as I was playing with it. It's got a lot of built-in cute little graphics, and so this was 2 different print settings, a lighter and a darker. It's hard to tell the difference, but this one did come out a little bit darker. You can see it in the bunny ears. The shading there is a little bit darker, and then the carrot and just the lines in general were a little bit darker. So I'll show you that in the app where you can change those settings. And I played around with the default setting versus darker. And then again, just some built-in little images that they have, and some cute little characters that you can choose from. You can add your own labels and then add your own doodle to it. This is a doodle that I just did from scratch in a section called graffiti inside the app, and I will show you that. So I'm just really surprised. Now a photo is not going to come out great unless you've got like a high contrast photo. So let me show you this. This was an actual photo that I took. We were on the back side of the Statue of Liberty, and so I had just a real quick snapshot with the blue sky. Again, this printer will only do black and white on thermal paper, and so this was just a high contrast image, and that one came out pretty nice for such an inexpensive printer. I was really surprised. So find a photo that's got some good contrast to it, and then it lets you do different things with that photo. So like if you can do just like the outline of the image, and then it lets you add some of your extra doodles if you want. So I did that, and then there's some different built-in settings, and so here I was just playing around with it. It does like a pencil line drawing of your actual photo. So I'll show you that in the app, and then you can actually go to a web page and print a web page. So this was just a random Google search, and of course at the bottom of the web page had some little photos. So again, photos are a little bit tricky. You can do some different things to photos to get them to look better on one of these printers, but just a real quick playing with it, I was quite impressed. So just so this video doesn't get too long, I'm going to show you how to set this up and do a review of its app. And I'm using it on Android. I believe it's Android or iPhone compatible. So look for that separate video. But thanks for now. Thanks for watching. So for this Temu order, I will have links to the products down below and a discount code for you. And if you've already even used the discount code for 30% off, they're giving you a second chance to use it. So look for that. Thanks so much for watching.